Dr. Jan Paul has been a household name for years thanks to his hit reality TV show The Incredible Dr. Paul, which aired on Nat Geo Wild. However, behind the success of this beloved veterinarian stands a woman who has been his rock for decades, Diane Paul. Diane has been an essential part of Dr. Paul's journey, from their early days as a young couple to running a veterinary practice together and later becoming reality TV stars. Sadly, in recent years, Diane has faced personal struggles, including serious health issues. Have you heard what happened to Dr. Paul's wife? Let's take a closer look at the woman who has been the backbone of Dr. Paul's success. Diane Paul is not just the supportive wife of Dr. Jan Paul. She is an integral part of his success, playing a key role in both their personal and professional lives. Born in February 1943 in Michigan, Diane grew up with strong family values and a deep sense of community. From a young age, she was known for her kindness, generosity, and love for animals, especially ducks, which she would spend hours watching and feeding at the local pond. An intelligent and driven student, Diane excelled academically and developed a lifelong passion for learning. This dedication led her to earn a master's degree in special reading, shaping her career as a teacher for many years. But life had other plans. As a teenager, she met Jan Paul, and their connection quickly grew into something profound. What started as young love blossomed into a marriage that has lasted over 50 years. Together, they built not only a family but also a thriving veterinary practice, one that would later catapult them into television fame. Diane's role in their journey has been indispensable, from supporting Jan's ambitions to helping manage their practice and navigating the challenges of life in the public eye. But despite her strength and unwavering presence, recent events have raised concerns about her well-being. Fans have begun asking, what really happened to Dr. Paul's wife? Through it all, Diane has remained a pillar of strength. Yet behind the smiles and dedication, there's more to her story, one that will be uncovered soon. Diane and Jan Paul's love story began in 1961 at Mville High School. Jan, originally from the Netherlands, had come to the United States as an exchange student. He happened to stay at Diane's home. Both were teenagers and developed a friendship that soon turned into love. Their shared passion for animals also catalyzed their budding relationship. Diane was immediately drawn to Jan's ambition and love for animals, while Jan admired Diane's intelligence and warm personality. Despite coming from different backgrounds, Diane from small-town America and Jan from rural Holland, they found common ground in their values and aspirations. They shared a mutual respect for hard work, education, and a desire to build a meaningful life together. Their relationship flourished as they spent more time together, bonding over long walks, deep conversations, and a shared vision for the future. Both Diane and Jan had ambitious goals, and they supported each other every step of the way. Diane was passionate about education, while Jan pursued his dream of becoming a veterinarian. Their connection grew stronger with each passing day, built not just on romance, but on mutual respect, encouragement, and an unwavering partnership. In 1967, Diane and Jan exchanged vows in a heartfelt wedding ceremony, marking the beginning of their lifelong journey together. Their marriage was built on love, trust, and the understanding that they would face both triumphs and hardships as a team. Little did they know their story was only just beginning, and the years ahead would bring both incredible success and unexpected challenges. After their wedding, Diane and Jan made a bold decision. They moved to the Netherlands so that Jan could continue his veterinary studies. It was a challenging adjustment for Diane, who had to adapt to a new country, culture, and language. However, she remained supportive of her husband's ambitions, embracing the adventure of their early years together. Once Jan completed his studies, the couple returned to the United States and settled in Michigan. Diane began teaching at Harbor Beach Elementary School while Jan pursued his veterinary career. With their shared passion for animals, Diane took an active role in helping Jan establish his practice, balancing her own career with their growing responsibilities. Their journey was one of teamwork, with both making sacrifices and supporting each other along the way. Determined to build a life for themselves, they worked tirelessly to establish their own veterinary practice. In 1981, they opened Pole Veterinary Services, a small clinic in the rural town of Weedman, Michigan. The clinic started modestly, but thanks to Jan's expertise and Diane's managerial skills, it quickly grew into a well-respected establishment that served farmers, pet owners, and animal lovers across the region. One of the most defining aspects of Diane and Jan's marriage was their shared dedication to helping animals. While Jan handled the veterinary work, Diane played a crucial behind-the-scenes role in running the clinic. She managed appointments, handled finances, and ensured that everything operated smoothly. Their partnership was the foundation of their success. While Jan treated the animals, Diane took care of everything else. In addition to their professional achievements, Diane and Jan also built a loving family. Unable to have biological children, they made the heartfelt decision to adopt. They welcomed 3 children into their home. Kathy, Charles, and Diane Jr. Family life was just as important to them as their work, and they made sure to create a warm and nurturing environment for their kids. Raising children while running a busy veterinary practice was no easy task, but Diane handled it with grace. She juggled the responsibilities of being a mother and a business manager, ensuring that both the clinic and their home were filled with love and stability. Their son Charles would later play a pivotal role in their lives, helping to bring their story to television and introducing their work to millions of fans. As their clinic flourished, Diane and Jan became known throughout their community as dedicated veterinarians and kind-hearted individuals. They had built a life filled with purpose, but their journey was far from over. A new opportunity was on the horizon, one that would turn them into television stars and bring their story to a global audience. Their hard work and commitment had already earned them a respected place in their field, but with the arrival of the incredible Dr. Pol, their lives would change in ways they never could have imagined. The show brought them into the public eye, showcasing their dedication and unshakable partnership. But as the years passed, fans began to notice subtle changes, leading many to wonder what really happened to Dr. Pol's wife. By the early 2000s, Pol Veterinary Services had firmly established itself as a trusted clinic serving rural Michigan. Dr. Jan Pol's practical, no-nonsense approach to veterinary medicine, combined with his deep understanding of farm animals and pets alike, earned him a strong reputation among local farmers and pet owners. Unlike many modern veterinarians who specialized in small animals, Dr. Pol was one of the few who still made house calls to farms, treating cows, horses, pigs, and other large animals with skill and efficiency. His ability to diagnose and treat even the most challenging cases with limited resources made him a legend in his community. However, it wasn't until their son Charles Pol recognized the uniqueness of his father's work that the world would come to know Dr. Pol beyond the Michigan farmlands. Determined to bring his vision to life, Charles began pitching the concept to television networks. The process wasn't easy. Many executives didn't see the appeal of a rural veterinarian's daily work, but his persistence paid off when Nat Geo Wild took a chance on the idea. In 2011, The Incredible Drive Pol premiered. The show was an instant success. Unlike other veterinary programs that focused on high-tech procedures and specialized care, The Incredible Dr. Pol showcased real-life farm visits, emergency treatments, and the rugged reality of veterinary medicine in rural America. Dr. Pol's ability to handle everything from difficult surgeries to injured horses and sickly pets made for compelling television, and viewers quickly became invested in his work. While Dr. Pol was undoubtedly the star of the show, Diane played a crucial role in its success. Though she did not appear on camera as frequently as her husband, her presence was felt in every episode. Diane had always been the backbone of Pol Veterinary Services, managing the clinic's business side and ensuring that everything ran smoothly. She handled scheduling, organized paperwork, and kept the staff on track, all while supporting her husband's tireless efforts to care for animals. Beyond her administrative role, Diane was also a steady and comforting presence for both the veterinary staff and the pet owners who visited the clinic. She answered phone calls, greeted clients with her warm demeanor, and often reassured anxious pet owners during difficult cases. Her nurturing personality resonated with viewers, making her a beloved part of the show's charm. Fans admired her patience, kindness, and unwavering devotion to both her husband and the animals they treated. As The Incredible Dr. Pol gained popularity, it became one of Nat Geo Wild's highest-rated programs. The show not only introduced audiences to the challenges and triumphs of veterinary medicine in a rural setting, but also gave them a glimpse into the Pol family's dynamic. The chemistry between Dr. Pol, Diane, and their dedicated staff made viewers feel like they were part of the clinic, creating a loyal fan base that followed the show for over a decade. Despite its success, filming The Incredible Dr. Pol came with its own set of challenges. Running a veterinary practice while simultaneously managing a reality television production required immense effort. The long hours, coupled with the unpredictable nature of emergency veterinary work, often left the Pol family exhausted. Diane, in particular, shouldered much of the behind-the-scenes burden, ensuring that the clinic remained efficient and that patients received the best possible care, even as cameras captured their every move. Yet through it all, Diane remained steadfast in her dedication. Her role may not have been as high profile as Dr. Paul's, but it was just as vital. Without her organizational skills, calming presence, and unwavering support, the clinic and the show would not have functioned as seamlessly as they did. The success of The Incredible Dr. Paul was not just a testament to Dr. Paul's veterinary skills, but also to the incredible partnership he shared with Diane. Together, they built not just a thriving clinic but a legacy that touched the hearts of millions. It is this dedication that made what would happen to Diane so heartbreaking. In 2019, fans of The Incredible Dr. Paul noticed something unsettling. Diane had always been the backbone of the show, her charm, wit, and strength holding everything together. More than just a familiar face on screen, she had become a symbol of resilience and perseverance. But in the episode Beauty and the Bees, something was different. For a brief moment, Diane appeared wearing a neck brace, struggling to stand tall. It was fleeting, easy to miss, yet impossible to ignore. Had it been part of the storyline, or was something more serious happening behind the scenes? After the episode aired, an eerie silence followed. No explanations, no updates, just growing concern as fans replayed the moment, searching for answers. Diane, the fearless and beloved figure who had brought countless fans joy, was now showing a vulnerability that left them stunned. Her presence in the episode was fleeting, her absence more noticeable than ever, a void that fans couldn't ignore. It was clear she wasn't well, and the thought that someone so strong for so many years might be struggling in silence struck a deep chord. When Diane returned in the next episode, looking bright and renewed, fans felt a collective sense of relief. She smiled, joked, and carried on as if the uncertainty of the past weeks had never existed. But the relief was short-lived. Beneath the warmth of her presence, there was an unshakable feeling, an unspoken understanding among fans that Diane's struggles weren't over. This wouldn't be the last time she disappeared from the spotlight. Absence would become more frequent, hospital visits quietly replacing the routines of daily life. The strength she had always shown on screen was now being tested in ways no one could see from the outside. Fans watched, feeling helpless but grateful for every moment she shared, her resilience shining through even in her most fragile times. Diane's journey became a reminder to us all that strength isn't just about standing tall in the face of adversity. Sometimes, it's about showing up even when you feel like you can't. It's about pushing through the pain even when it feels like the world might crumble around you. Diane, the pillar we had all leaned on for so long, had now become a beacon of what it meant to keep going even when the road ahead was uncertain. And so, while her hospital visits were heartbreaking, they also marked a turning point. Fans rallied behind her, sending love, support, and strength, just as she had done for them so many times before. Diane's journey was no longer just a part of the show, it became a shared experience, a bond that transcended the screen. Her strength, her vulnerability, and her unwavering will to keep fighting would forever leave a mark on the hearts of those who had watched her grow and fight, not just as a character but as a person. Sadly, this was only the beginning of the challenges Diane and Jan would face. The ending of The Incredible Dr. Paul came after over a decade on the air, marking the conclusion of an era that had captivated millions of viewers. The show first aired on October 29, 2011, and ended on July 6, 2024. The show had brought Dr. Paul, Diane, and their veterinary practice into homes worldwide, making them one of the most beloved families on television. Their down-to-earth personalities, unwavering dedication to animals, and commitment to their rural Michigan community made them stand out among reality TV stars. However, as with all things, there came a time to step away. Diane, in particular, had been deeply involved behind the scenes, helping to keep things running smoothly. However, after she suffered various health issues, continuing at the same pace became nearly impossible. The physical demands of managing the practice, coupled with the stress of filming, were no longer sustainable. Stepping away from the show allowed her to focus on her recovery and overall well-being. Additionally, reality television comes with its own unique set of challenges. While The Incredible Dr. Paul was widely celebrated for its authenticity and heartfelt storytelling, it also faced criticism, particularly regarding Dr. Paul's traditional veterinary techniques. Some veterinary professionals argued that his old-fashioned methods didn't always align with modern best practices. This led to periodic controversy, including a few legal battles and scrutiny from veterinary boards. Though Dr. Paul had an overwhelmingly loyal fan base, the constant spotlight and the need to defend his work in public forums added another layer of stress for the entire family. The decision to end the show was bittersweet. On one hand, it marked the end of a significant chapter in their lives, one that had brought them incredible joy, purpose, and recognition. On the other hand, it allowed Diane and Dr. Pol to take a step back and enjoy some much-needed rest. For years, they had dedicated themselves entirely to their clinic, their show, and their community. Now, they finally had the chance to focus on themselves, their family, and the simple pleasures of life. Even though the show ended, Diane and Dr. Pol's legacy remained strong. Their veterinary clinic continues to serve the Michigan community with the same dedication and passion as always. Dr. Pol, though no longer in front of the cameras, still provides mentorship to younger veterinarians and remains active in the field in a more limited capacity. Meanwhile, reruns of The Incredible Dr. Pol continue to introduce new audiences to the Pol family story, ensuring that their impact on both the veterinary world and reality television lives on. Their decision to retire from the spotlight wasn't an end but the beginning of a new chapter, one focused on their health, spending time with loved ones, and reflecting on the remarkable journey they had shared. Though fans no longer saw them on Nat Geo Wild, their story, built on love for animals and dedication to their community, would never be forgotten. However, before the show ended, fans began to notice Diane's increasing absence. She had been visibly less present in the later seasons, and whispers of concern started to spread. What had happened to Diane? As rumors began to spread, it was eventually revealed that Diane had suffered a severe injury that left her struggling with chronic pain and limited mobility. What made her injury even more mysterious was her claim that it resulted from a train wreck. Details about the incident remain unclear, and little public information is available to confirm exactly what happened. Some reports suggest that Diane may have been referring to a metaphorical train wreck, describing the severity of the accident rather than an actual train crash. However, what is certain is that her injury significantly impacted her quality of life. Back injuries, especially for someone in their later years, can be incredibly debilitating. Diane reportedly endured excruciating pain, making everyday tasks challenging. She had always been an active and independent woman, but her injury forced her to slow down. During this difficult time, it was said that the family feared for her well-being, with those closest to her whispering they were losing her. The weight of her struggle became unbearable at times, and the uncertainty of her recovery loomed large. On March 15, 2024, Diane underwent surgery to address her back issues. She remained in the hospital for a week for monitoring and began the long, difficult road to recovery. The journey was anything but easy, requiring extensive medical treatment and physical therapy to regain her strength and mobility. This period was a particularly trying time for the family, but they faced it together. Throughout it all, Dr. Pol remained by Diane's side, offering unwavering support. Their marriage had weathered many storms over the decades, and this too was yet another test of their resilience. Following her injury, Diane faced a long and grueling rehabilitation process. She underwent medical evaluations, physical therapy sessions, and lifestyle adjustments to cope with her condition. Pain management became a daily part of her routine, and she had to be cautious with her movements to avoid worsening her injury. This happened over the last few episodes of The Incredible Dr. Pol show, and it might be part of the reason why the show ended, as it was time to focus on family and personal health. Despite the hardships, Diane remained determined to regain her independence. With the support of her family and medical professionals, she slowly began to recover. Though she still experiences discomfort, she has made significant progress in adapting to her new reality. She is also getting used to just enjoying life day after day with her husband. Dr. Pol, known for his unshakable work ethic, took on the role of caregiver. Though he continued working at the clinic, he made sure to prioritize Diane's well-being. Their love and partnership were once again evident as they faced this challenge together. Today, Diane and Dr. Pol are living a more relaxed life compared to their years on television. While the veterinary clinic is still operational, they have scaled back their responsibilities to focus on their health and personal time. Having dedicated decades to their practice, they now allow their experienced team to handle much of the day-to-day work, while Dr. Pol remains involved in a limited capacity. His passion for veterinary medicine has never wavered, but he recognizes the importance of slowing down as he gets older. They continue to reside in Michigan, in the same rural community they have served for so many years. Their home, nestled among farmland and open fields, is a peaceful retreat where they can enjoy the simple joys of life, watching the seasons change, caring for their own pets, and spending quality time together. Their deep connection to their community remains strong, and they are often visited by neighbors, former clients, and friends who have come to see them as local legends. Though Diane's injury has changed aspects of her daily life, she remains active in whatever ways she can. She has always been a woman of great resilience, and despite the physical limitations her back injury has caused, she refuses to let it define her. She enjoys spending time with their children and grandchildren, cherishing every moment with the family they built together. Her grandchildren, in particular, bring her immense joy, and she loves hearing their stories, watching them grow, and passing down the wisdom she has gained over the years. Diane also remains connected to the many fans who followed the incredible Dr. Pol for over a decade. Even though the show is no longer in production, she and Dr. Pol continue to engage with their loyal supporters through social media. Whether it's sharing updates about their lives, reminiscing about favorite moments from the show, or simply expressing gratitude for the love they've received, Diane finds fulfillment in staying connected with the people who have supported them for so long. Dr. Pol, though taking a step back from the demands of running a full-time clinic, still enjoys working with animals whenever he gets the chance. His hands-on approach and wealth of experience make him an invaluable mentor to the younger veterinarians working at Pol Veterinary Services. Even as he gets closer to retirement, his love for animals and his commitment to their care remain as strong as ever. Despite the challenges they've faced, one thing remains constant: Diane and Dr. Pol's unwavering bond. Their love story, built on mutual respect, companionship, and shared dreams, has endured for more than 50 years. They have weathered every storm together, from financial struggles in their early years to the demands of running a veterinary clinic and the pressures of television fame. Now, as they embrace this new chapter of life, they do so hand in hand, proving that through every success and hardship, they are truly partners in every sense of the word. For Diane and Dr. Pol, life may have slowed down, but their love for each other, their family, and the animals they've devoted their lives to remains as vibrant as ever. The fans they have garnered throughout the years continue sending their love and support. It is said that behind every successful man is a woman. Do you think that is the case with Dr. Pol and Diane? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.